Adam, congratulations, 6 straight and India. That must be a great feeling after that win.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, I thought we played pretty well today, particularly being challenged by Gold Coast. You know, they came out pretty strong. It was neck and neck there for a long while, and to be able to keep persisting and end up breaking the game open was really pleasing.
What did work in that third term in particular? I think 6 goals, I think all from different goal scorers. What did work in that term? I
think we tidied up what we were doing ahead of the ball. We were a little bit more organised, playing our way a little bit better. You know, I thought in the first half we were cramping ourselves up a bit too much and not really running our patterns in front of the ball to the letter. So we tidied that up at half time, managed to show some clips around what the issues were, and then our players got ahead of the ball, particularly got to work, and so that felt good. You know, we started to defend a little bit better too and create better scoring opportunities as well. You know, I think in the first half we only created 3 front half turnovers. Now, it wasn't a typical Giants game in that space. You know, we only created 12 in total, which is, you know, normally we're in the top 5 in the league for creating front half turnovers, so that's well below our usual levels. But to manage to win a different way is, you know, as I said, really pleasing.
Sort of touched on it with the winning streak. Do you feel that momentum really building among the boys? Well,
yeah. You know, we're really confident in our game. We're confident in our players. We feel like we're in good form. You know, and the more wins you can string together, the more that grows. So we're feeling pretty good about ourselves. But the reality is, we face another tough game next week down at Ballarat, 6-day break, playing against the Bulldogs, who, you know, they're obviously a really good team. So and sitting above us on the ladder too, mind you. So, you know, it's going to be another massive challenge, but we're really looking forward to it.
Well, we've spoken a bit this week about turning Manuka Oval into a fortress. How pleased are you to finally break that drought here?
Yeah, well, it's been, 10 games? This is our 10th game. Lost our last 9, managed to win today. So that's important to us. We want to, you know, this is our home. We want to turn it into a fortress. We want to make sure that it's a ground that opposition aren't comfortable playing against us, at Manuka. So it's a step in the right direction today, and then obviously we'll get opportunities next year. But yeah, it's good to get a win down here for the people that show up. You know, they haven't seen a win for a while, so to be able to reward them with that is great.
Did you do anything differently in preparation-wise today?
No, we just feel like we're playing a little bit better, understanding how we want to play a little bit better, and under pressure decision making is, you know, a lot more predictable to everyone. So that's probably the difference between us playing here now versus us playing here in rounds 6 and 8.
You gave Toby Green an early break. How nice was it to throw Josh out there in the 4th quarter?
Yeah. Well, you know, we were waiting, and there was a few guys we were sort of waiting on. You know, a lot of guys cramping, a few sore spots coming into the game, so we didn't really know which way we'd go. But Toby's been pretty sore, so to be able to give him, you know, little time off was important for us. But I mean, Josh has been incredible. He came on as a sub last week and had a tremendous impact. You know, ultimately played a really large role in us winning and coming back last week. Didn't have the same level of impact, but obviously the game was different. We're really pleased with his progress. He's developing into a really good player for us, a player who's very versatile, can play back, he can play wing, and he can play forward, which he did today. So yeah, we're wrapped with how he's developing.
You guys used the width of the ground really well in that second half. You were talking about the brand. Is that, you know, part of what you're trying to do, build speed up through?
Yeah, well, it is part of it. I mean, we played 2 straight in the first quarter particularly, and that was Gold Coast defence. They defended really well and forced us to do that, but I don't think we tried to challenge them as much as what we needed to. We needed to have a bit more courage and, you know, with the ball, and I felt like we did after quarter time particularly, but, you know, we'll get challenged in different manners with our offence. We need to be able to accept what's happening and then be good enough to continue to play the style of play that we want to play. And, you know, we learned a lesson today around that.
Always hard going up against a dominant tap ruck like Jared Witts. Had a good day with the hit-outs, but you benefited in the clearances. How do you set up to battle against someone who you know is probably going to get first hands to it?
Well, yeah, we knew he was going to get first hands to us. He's big. So, you know, that's one aspect of the game. So he has an advantage, and Gold Coast, with their stoppage structure, have an advantage because they know where the ball's being hit. They can afford to be on the move a little bit more because they can rely on it being hit where they're expecting. So our job really was to try and lock them down and make sure that we minimised all the stoppage clearances that they were going to win. It's a real strength of theirs.
Now that you're in the 8, do you see that with 5 weeks to go that this team should be playing finals with the form that they're in?
I think we're capable, but I mean, there's still games to go, and we've got to beat teams around us and above us. And we play Bulldogs and Port Adelaide, who both sit above us, and we play the other teams who all sit around us. So, you know, clearly we're thereabouts, but you know, we've still got plenty of work to do, and we're not getting ahead of ourselves in terms of, yeah, we're sitting in the finals right now, but that can change really quickly, and we're mindful of that. We've got to, you know, remain really really hungry for each contest, and we know that we need to play at our best to beat these teams. If we dish up anything less than our best, then we won't win.
How do you kind of control that momentum so, like you say, it doesn't become complacency, it becomes that excitement towards the next game?
Oh, there's definitely excitement. You know, that's what our players feel. I think we're really grounded with who we are. We know what works for us. We know that if we go away from that, we don't get the results. And we've seen that across the course of the year, whether it's for minutes in quarters or whether it's for a whole quarter or it's a whole game. We know. So it's very easy to remind our guys about that, to make sure that we're playing our way, and we know that if we do it well enough, it's good enough.
You've cycled through a few different looks, especially down back. You've got a really great game from Jack, from Harry and from Sam. Do you think you're starting to feel a bit more settled as you come to the business end of the year?
Yeah. Been really pleased with our back line. I'm not sure what the points against have been, but I reckon in the last 7-8 games we've probably conceded 100 once against Richmond, and other than that, I don't think teams kicked more than 75 against us. So our back line in particular have been great in contest at stopping teams from scoring and keeping us in every game. And then all that remains is our offence to go out and kick a winning score. And I think it's almost as simple as that. And of course we have some really good players behind the ball, some emerging players behind the ball, but they're all quite young. They're all mid-20s growing together. So I think it's a backline that we'll see playing together for a long period of time.
6 to 8 turnaround. Do you see anyone coming back from that injury room?
No, probably not. Probably not off the top of my head. We didn't get anything significant out of today, so that's good. But I'm not sure if there'll be anyone coming back. Tom Green won't be playing, so that's probably the one that I think steps straight back in, but he's not ready yet.
Yeah, you're often using Green deepest, and he's obviously draws a lot of ball, pretty big focus. Have you seen Cadman in particular,
Yep.
and I guess also Riccardi, how they work as almost secondary tools to Green as the focus?
Yeah, so they play their roles and they have their moments, and all we ask is that those boys compete and bring the ball to ground, and they've been really good at that. You know, again, first quarter they didn't get it done, and Collins had a big day in that first quarter taking MOPs, and they might have taken 8 in that first quarter, but then from then on, I thought they competed and brought the ball to ground really well, and that's their job. So they're going to get the occasional mark, contested mark. Rick has played probably 35 games. Cads has played 10, roughly. So they're a young key forward duo developing together.
Guys like Ballard.
Well, they're very good defenders. Collins and Ballard, very good. So and they can mark the ball. So it was a really good lesson, the whole game, around, okay, we didn't get it done in the first quarter, but we managed to get it done after that. What did we do differently? And I'm sure our boys will get to work on that and in future, be better prepared. Thank you.
Thanks very